drink the piss. Suck the dick, drink the piss. Fuck MTV, I ain't afraid to say it. That bubblegum boy band shit, it's gay. Fist fight me, pick the place. I'ma fuck you up and then fuck your face. Timberlake, fuck you, bitch. Nick Lachey, you lick my dick. Insync, that shit's for chicks. I'ma get the CD and set that shit on. Well, I'ma say it. Well, I'ma say it. Well, I'ma say it.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Talking all that. Drink the piss. Ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm about to kill you to death. How'd you like a butterfly knife to the neck? And if I make you dead, you won't live.
Damn.
Cause I definitely got no fucks to give. You wanna call me names and talk shit? I'll hit a motherfucker in the head with a fist. Stool sample, handle this. You can suck the dick and then drink the piss.
You're milking a human. You're milking a human. Talk about my wife. Please.
Let me tell you something, brother.
That's what he's doing.
The child is here. Don't.
But I want to say one thing to the nurse. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I did not have
Fuck all you hoes! Detroit till I die, motherfucker! That's what I'm talking about! Talking all that bullshit! And you so!
Nobody gonna tell me how to live.
Baller alert. Calling out baller alert.
Moonshine, sipping straight, slipping in the darkness. Far from heartless, I'm more like the sharpest tool in the shed. No, I've never been the smartest, but make no mistake, I hit the fucking hardest. Devil without a cause, you heard me screaming, and 20 years later, bitch, I still fucking mean it. Fucker, you ain't never met a motherfucker like this. Kiss my ass and you can suck a dick sideways, my way or the highway. Listen up, ain't nothing changed here.
Oh, this is so good.
With all the backlash, you snowflakes, here's a news flash.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live.
I want to have sex.
Years ago, we all thought it was a joke. See, that every kid got a motherfucking trophy. But yo, homie, here's a situation. A nation of pussies is our next generation. And these minions and their agendas. Every opinion has a millennial offended. That's what I'm talking about. One, it rings true. And if you don't dissent, fuck all you hoes. Ain't nothing new, right? Church, wrong pew. Get a clue, accrue your fake news and views. Can all get the bottom of my motherfucking shoe. I'm the last of a few. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing
Yeah.
Meerkat.
Yeah, we are back. We are so back. So atrociously back. Devastatedly back. We are back. And this is I'm going to tell you the thought process behind why this stream even exists. This is the most obscure, secret, random stream ever. Hear this. So I'm at work today and I finish work and I decide to start chilling and interacting and having positive vibes and watching some YouTube and smoking some dope like the criminal I am, the disgusting narcotics addict So listen. And what happens is I see Kino Casino. Remember that show, that thing, that franchise of gambling establishments? I remember that, and I see it on my feed, and they're like reacting to Phil and Review Tech USA and that whole stream. And I realized since we watched it live on TBS, I never really got to sink my teeth into that. You know, my narcotic addict teeth into it, my crackhead meth dealer teeth into it. And then I'm thinking, listen, I say this to myself. Listen, you're watching this bullshit anyways for an indefinite amount of time. And you're chilling and interacting. And then I say to myself, I reply to myself, why don't you have a stream? Remember that thing that used to happen before and now doesn't happen. So let's make it happen. And now we're about to make it happen. This was a very long but very simple story, right? We're going to watch Phil release the DMs and snake the casino, and the casino is going to watch that too. And I'm going to watch all of that. And I'm probably going to be the guy who adds the least to all of this shit because I'm like the last one in the human centipede of content. So at this point, it's just people shitting in my mouth. I don't even shit in somebody else's mouth. Unless somebody restreams me doing this, and then we can keep going forever. But at least I'm not going to be the last guy. Anyways, let's get into it. Thanks, everybody. Big ups to Infamous KS for the 5 months. Shout out to you. Let's get into this. Oh, you might be thinking, what's with the layout? Well, as the loyal slave of Microsoft I am, I updated my laptop to Windows 11. And that had a great improvement to my OBS in that everything was deleted and reset. So I had to kind of come up with a different layout for an impromptu style stream. And I just stole one of the pre-made ones from Stream Elements. And that's why it's so high-tech and dynamic and chill and interactive.
Woo! How long has he had this intro?
So yeah, I did skip. I skipped to the 43rd minute mark where the actual thing begins. They start reacting. And it takes a while, but we're going to get there. And if we don't, and I just end the stream, then I guess that was it. Better luck next time.
Since he started it, I don't know, honestly. No, actually, I know. He got this.
But they did felt him really good in some of those clips.
Because the king was back.
It was, I watched the one where they watched PWR. That one was great. I did watch the one where Phil responds to them and talks about their work ethic and stuff. That one was great. And this one is probably going to be the best, not just because it's literally 5 hours and 37 minutes, but because they go through the DMs. And I have no idea what they've said about it at all. And we're going to get a behind the scenes look on some of the gaslighting they did to Phil, which is going to be very funny.
We brought back the King of Hate. So he brought this in, and this is so, like, I don't know, I find it catchy. I always like, the king is back.
The is back.
It's shit, though.
And actually, the thing that made me want to do this stream is this part of the song here. It frustrated me on another level.
Yeah.
And when you're
the
where did they watch the intro?
I got some texts here that made me laugh.
Is this really his
this
intro?
Is the intro,
I've
and
never
I love
seen
this
it.
intro. I think
yeah, the intro got worse
of his entire podcast.
I've never seen this.
Get ready for some meaningful content.
Oh.
This right here. Get ready for some meaningful content. This pissed me off. Cause like, listen, I know it's an AI generated song, right? But at least when you generate it and you listen to it and this, like the delivery sounds wrong, like the word is wrong and it doesn't fit there and it sounds awkward, just do a different prompt, change up some words. How fucking lazy can you be? Fuck's sake.
Get ready for
I know it's really petty, but I love being this petty.
some meaningful content.
By the way, we're the drama
the
mongers,
king is
right?
back.
Yeah, the King is Back is such a generic shitty ass song. I hate it. Okay, let's go back to when it actually fucking starts. I think it starts when Rich joins. You know what? Fuck that. Rich is gonna join.
Overcome by the flames of hell, the flames of suffering, the flames of sadness and sorrow. This, Phil, is your ultimate fate. This is what Phil will be seeing for all eternity because of all of his lies. The lies that he said with his mouth, the lies that he's written on his own heart and in his own soul, to the point where he doesn't even know what is a lie and what is a truth. Darkside Phil has divorced himself from...
Actually, I know I mentioned this briefly, but I would very much recommend that you go and watch the PWR stream. Actually, just their reaction of it. This one. They literally watch him for an hour and 10 minutes. And it says Darkside Phil's top dent, seething at Kino, It's a Gundam, and Truth Seekers. It's fucking great. It's very funny.
Divine nature of God. He is of a reprobate nature. He is unable to control himself. He is lower than an animal that has returned to its own vomit and ate it. Darkside Phil will burn in the flames of hell. Where the flames are never quenched, where the worm never dies.
I like the way Mr. Triple cuts a promo on DSP in particular, because it's personal between them now, and it's an actual like a wrestling promo. It's fucking funny as hell. And DSP, that's what I love so much about this beef. He is so incompetent and he is so bad at actually putting together something even remotely menacing or badass or cool that it's so fun to see how he's gonna even react to this. And he reacts by projecting, which is this other clip here about DSP simps for Kino Casino.
Phil will cry
when he called them simps and he called them lonely and gay and all this shit that he is. That's very funny.
Please, please let there just be a drop of cool water on my tongue. But there won't be any relief for Phil. Because Darkside Phil is nothing but a liar. He's nothing like Jesus Christ. He's like his father, the devil. He knows only the ways of the Prince of Darkness, the father of lies. That's what Darkside Phil is all about. He lies and he lies until he doesn't even know what lies are and what the truth is. He is the serpent. He is...
All right, that's enough.
Review Tech is having tech issues.
That's badass. That's epic.
This was the moment when I knew it was going to be Kino.
So as soon as his tech issues are done, we'll begin. I'm waiting for him to get it fixed, and I'll keep you in the loop. I'm ready to go, and I'm waiting for him to figure his stuff out. So we'll start as soon as he fixes it. All right.
There we go. Oh yeah.
Family Cancer for Pity Fact has gifted 5 subs.
Oh my god. No, they got so much content out of him by just like doing the thing that they got that they said they were gonna do all along, and he just fell for it, and he got gaslit into thinking he's the king and all this other shit. Oh my god. And we're gonna get into the DMs. That shit is so much fun, but I'm gonna skip until Review Tech USA shows up, because then that's actually the fun part.
He's a digital war amputee victim. We're gonna have to do the Easter Seals telethon here for Review Tech, because unfortunately the online battlefield claimed his left arm from the wrist down. It's gone.
Is this Hangman?
It was lost during an intense masturbation session to gay just before this program.
Oh.
And thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for giving us your time. I want to say that up
What
imagine thanking Rich for his time when his time is worthless.
Yeah, pretty much.
When Rich just spends all of his time high on edibles and playing Elden Ring, his time is effectively worthless.
Oh god. Jesus.
What a coincidence. What are the odds? It's the coincidence of this timing, just,
I'm sure it's all.
Like he's already like felting him.
Like,
He's like,
Rich is just such a mumble mouth, mush mouth fool that he can't even like spit out the feltoning that he's delivering to Phil. But everybody knows exactly what felt he's delivering to Phil, which is, yeah, you invited me on here because the casino boys just destroyed you. They buck broke you. And now you're trying anything you can desperately, including reaching out to your sworn arch nemesis, who for over a decade has went after you, your family, your wife, your cat.
But I know he tried to do the enemy is my enemy type of thing, but the enemy of his enemy is also his enemy. Everybody fucking hates him. So obviously it's not gonna work. Because I think like he's been secluded, a weird secluded hermit for so long that he just sees people as NPCs. And all you have to do is just pick a dialogue option. And the person just gonna believe you. And he's gonna go ahead and think whatever the fuck he wants. So this shit doesn't work. It doesn't work on people that are above the PWR level. That's kind of the level where you have to be for this to work on you.
Bowing down to him in the hopes that somehow in some way you might not get completely felted by the casino. That's what's going on. And now when Rich brings up this inconvenient truth to Phil, watch how Phil's reaction is exactly like how it was on Grill Phil, because Phil can't handle any sort of resistance to his ideas, any sort of confrontation.
And this is why this is so beautiful, because he invited Rich. And, you know, he made up the whole snakening and fucking Kingsnake bullshit. But he invited Rich with some idea that Rich was going to go along with what DSP wanted to do, which obviously didn't happen because it was dumb as fuck and not even Rich is going to fall for it. But DSP is so fucking trash, he thought it might. He thought it actually might. This guy's completely lost the plot, man. You tell me this was going on like 2 years ago and I would have just, I don't know, not believed you at all and thought that you were some kind of a conspiracy theorist weirdo. And you were also from the future. That would be weird as hell. But yeah, it's he's completely lost
he just immediately laughs and turtles like a bitch.
And then to not follow up on your own gimmick is so ridiculous. To not have any continuity. Because this whole snaking, I think it was this stream and maybe the night stream and daily rap. And outside of that, his Kingsnake moment doesn't exist. Maybe he's mentioned it on different streams, but it completely vanished now. And now the narrative is they snaked me and I'm a victim. Please feel bad for me again.
Review tech was 50.
Like, it's so crazy.
So you could buy McDonald's.
Yeah, so he could get a coffee. The guy was going through the McDonald's drive-thru. It was more important that he get his morning McDonald's than that he make it to Phil's show on time.
Ring it up. RTU dub. McDickers, they're calling him.
Oh,
No, it's
man.
just came together that way by complete, luck, dumb luck, right? But you're here. That's respectable. I thank you for your time.
Is it respectable that he's on the Level 1 podcast in the midst of the flames of hell to help DSP with a cope session about the casino? I think that might be one of the least respectable things that you could possibly do with your time in your life.
Well, even RTU went, yep, I am.
There is absolutely no interruptions. There's no pop-ups on this stream. I'm not going to be reading shout-outs or anything from anyone.
Who cares? Who cares? Oh my God, just hit play. Holy shit.
He looks so high, bro. He looks so high. He's not even there. And it showed when he started talking about the boom mic stand and shit like that. That was, oh my God. But it had a purpose. It had a purpose. It derailed DSP. It completely fucking confused him. And he had no idea what to do. So he ended up kicking him. Well, spoilers. He ended up kicking him.
Okay.
RTU is so stoned. He has no idea what's going on. Review text just floating on a dream cloud of edibles right now. That face when the edibles hit, that's what Dickers is feeling right now.
He thinks he's in a hallucination.
Yeah. Heaven is a place on earth. Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. I'm stoned as fuck on DSP's show. Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. Like this, seriously, bro. Like he may as well be uploaded to the San Junipero God,
respect you
because even with both of their full focus, it's just a.
Okay, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna watch the part before the DMs on DSP channel. So DSP Gaming. What was the thing called? Level 1 podcast. Is it with a 1? Podcast episode 666. Because I want to see, otherwise it's going to be like 4 guys talking and I'm talking on top of them. And it's going to be cringe. Let's see. Do we have here Review Tech USA? And when we get to the DMs, I'm going to watch the Kino thing. Review Tech, what? Review Tech USA loses his mind, thinks he's DSP and steals his show. This is so fucking cringe, DSP. This is so... RTU React was almost ruined and canceled. What the fuck is this video, dude? This guy is such a drama queen. This happened 7 months ago and it got 1.5 thousand views. This is the most non-drama ever, but for some reason, like a fly to a gout-ridden piece of shit, I am attracted to it. I'm feeling the vibe. I'm feeling the aura from this video. Maybe it's because this is what I'm looking at. Look at this guy. He's just pure vibes.
Big tech issue happened. Okay.
Wait, what?
But then the big tech issue happened. Okay. So I turned on the stream. And all of a sudden, as the stream is going live on YouTube, I'm getting a giant error message.
Oh my god, no.
The stream is not good enough.
Oh no, this was clickbait. Clickbait bullshit. His fucking OBS crapped out and he made a video about it crying with capital letters. Almost ruined and canceled. God damn it, Phil. You fucking loser. Oh, do we have it here? Snaking? What? How can I find it? This is so fucking bad. His channel is such a fucking nightmare, bro. None of that shit is in order. I look up Review Tech USA and I'm completely swarmed by a bunch of bullshit and nonsense. I'm so pissed at you, Darkside Phil. DSP Gaming. Review Tech USA. So this duty video. I need the raw thing. All about the console. Dude, I hate you. DSP Gaming. Snakes. Kino Casino. It's gonna be insane, dude. Oh, this is also a great video by Ludwig. Shout out to this video. Compilation of DSP saying Kino Casino will never snake him. They did. Which they absolutely did. DSP's message to his wife, Kat, after Kino Casino snakes him. Here it is. And this is called The Full Kino Casino Snaking Saga Ends. What a fucking slur for naming this video like this, and in general, but specifically for this purpose. Let's start from here. I think that's the best spot we can start.
I'm going to be reading shout outs or anything from anyone to stupid.
Oh, perfect.
Camera's screwing with me right now. But I'm not going to be doing anything to be distracted. It's you and me. I want to respect you because you're giving me your time. You know, it's not a...
But you didn't want to respect him when you took his last chip. And then you still beefed with him for like a couple of months. You didn't want to respect him then. Why do you want to respect him now? Why are you being such a baby man now? Such a Mr. Formal.
About contributions today.
Contributions.
Shout them out after we're done when you're gone. You know, it has nothing to do with you. I'm not going to be reading out insults or anything like that. That's not what this is, okay?
I don't care. I don't care if you did anyway, but that's fine.
I know you don't care, but it's just the thing. I mean, you're going to give me your time, dude. I got to give you respect for...
Yeah, none of your time matters, you guys. None of each one's time matters. Because DSP would have been playing a game and begging for money. At best. At worst, he would just be begging for money or not even be there. And Review Tech USA would be watching DSP not be there or beg for money. So you guys' time not very valuable. You don't have to pretend like it is.
No, you could be doing something better with your time, I'm sure. And I appreciate you coming on. Now, before we begin, I want to clear the air here. You have absolutely no preconceived notions of what this appearance is, right?
Oh yeah, he's trying to set him up. DSP is so transparent when he's trying to set somebody up to say something, so DSP can do something. It's almost like he looks at a conversation like it's a fucking wrestling promo exchange. It's like when wrestlers say specific stuff that's gonna set the other guy to do something, and it's so fucking weird. He's like a skinwalker.
No, we haven't talked about if it's going to be a topic, if it's going to be anything, right? We haven't planned anything, correct?
No, not once. And if you did, I would call you out on it. You didn't.
There you go.
Say a fuck.
Hey Phil, can we? Hey Rich, can we confirm that I'm about to catch you by surprise and make myself look bad? Can we confirm that?
To me about anything.
Because people have been speculating for the last couple of days, well, since yesterday, and I guess you had let it drop on your show that you were going to appear a couple of days ago before we had really confirmed it, and then I confirmed it yesterday, and everyone's freaking out. This is an evil plot. They've got all this stuff going on, and, you know, this is not legit. But no, it's not the case. We have nothing planned, all right, previously, like Rich, you know, and I have not spoken about this beforehand. This is completely a legit appearance here. And I guess
what is a legit appearance?
Yeah, saying anything.
Oh,
just before we start,
you're gonna get shirtless. Are you gonna get shirtless?
Absolutely not.
Rich should have got shirtless.
Do you have anything you would like to just say up front as a starter before we get into anything? Is there anything you want to get off your chest?
Oh my God, he didn't even want Rich to say anything. There was no conversation. Like, Phil's whole idea was, I'm going to introduce Rich, and then I'm going to start exposing Kino Casino, because I'm petty as fuck. Which, if you actually could pull this off and had things to show that would damage them, yeah, you probably could. And that would have been kind of badass. But we're talking about someone who is not Darkside Phil doing this. And Darkside Phil doing this ended up exactly like this because it's Darkside Phil.
I got plenty of questions, but this is your show, so I will let you begin.
Oh,
I
okay.
have plenty.
He's got plenty of questions, but it's my show. All right, that's fair enough. That's a good way to start. Okay. All right. So, funny that you bring up, you know, the timing of everything, correct? Because
oh my God, now that when he said funny that you bring up, I'm 100% sure he rehearsed this. He like thought about this in the shower and was like, okay, so then I'm gonna be like, hey Rich, do you have something to say before I start? And then I'm gonna get into it. And we start off with the setup, you know, with the timing. He rehearsed this 100%.
I tried to get you on this show.
I wonder if they recreated it with Kat, and Kat got to be Rich, and he was like, "Okay, Kat, now you're gonna say, oh Phil, I didn't expect this at all. I love you now," which is also something that probably Kat should say, but that's another topic.
And it fell apart. You did cancel last minute. Then you wanted to come back on it. At that point, I wasn't interested. But we're not here to.
So, oh my God,
what happened there? But I have.
You canceled, but then you said I want to do it, and then I wasn't interested anymore. What are you guys fucking dating? Are you dating?
Tried to have you on, and it didn't work out for whatever reason. So now this week, I've got you on. All right, and a lot of people are like, this is great. It's the first face-to-face of Rich versus Phil, and they're going to either have it out or maybe this is a plot. They're going to be like buddies now because the casino has turned on Phil. And now Phil's probably looking for allies, right? And he's looking for buddies to team up with against the casino, right? That's what everyone's saying. What do you think about that?
Well, I hope to God that you knew from the beginning that was going to happen. I don't think you did, though, because you were essentially in there. You did simp for them for a while, Phil.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I found funny is that
Pause. Here, Review Tech USA is actually 100% correct about what we're gonna see in those DMs. He was simping so hard. It's something else. It's something else. This is not like buddy talk, and it's not banter. It's straight up simping.
You make it like I'm going to stalk you and dry hump your front door in the middle of the night. But when PPP said those things at the time, now you're different because the fallout and, you know, he was calling your wife fat. But back then, it was with them, it was just razzing. What's the difference between when I said something and when PPP said something, which would be just as bad, if sometimes not worse? Why was there a difference with that?
Well, there's two things. Number one, if you have some kind of an arrangement with someone, if you're working business-wise with someone, okay, and you know that there's a mutual benefit to being associated or making content, then you give a few inches, right? You'll give a little bit of leeway. You'll let them get a little bit of a rise or get a little bit of a boost or a little bit of whatever it is.
But I guess that would only work if it was kind of equal, because DSP didn't get any razzing of his own. He just was the victim and he was just the subject. So then you kind of, okay, I understand it's a business relationship, but you're the only guy gets shit on, and the other guy just gets to go over on you, if we're going to talk about wrestling terms.
On your behalf. Because, quite frankly, you're also getting a boost on their behalf by being associated or making content with them.
And also, I mean, what he's saying is that he did it for clout. He did it for clout. He was somebody's fucking doormat for clout and for easy views. And I'm talking like the easiest views. The views that someone says, go and watch this guy and give him money. That's what I'm talking about. This is literally the easiest way.
All right.
You don't even have to actually do something to impress that person. They just go and watch him.
But just like everything, there's a limit to that. And what's happened is PPP took it upon himself to keep pushing those boundaries as far as he possibly could, thinking that he was a big shit, basically, and he could get away with whatever.
Yeah, but that was at the 11th hour, though, Phil. I mean, there was actually a video of where, like, you tiptoed into confronting him about what he said about your wife, and you gave him a pass. Also, too, there's a video that Mighty D has where you were, and this happened multiple times, it wasn't just in his video, where you would be in their kick chat in like the wee hours of the morning, text messaging them or messaging them in their chat like a teenage girl. You were gifting subs, you would go back and forth. You always say that your time, like, that was, what were you doing then? You say your time is valuable.
Oh my god, look at him smirking. Look at him smirking. Because he knows he's about to reveal his master plan. And all of these questions are going to be answered with the stupidest answers anyone can imagine. I can't wait.
You say you're very busy, but then you were sitting
look at him.
Chat.
Well, actually, Rich, this was all a part of my plan. I was supposed to be the cuck. I was a cuck in character. You might think it was really convincing. That's because I'm like a really talented actor.
Essentially just simping, actually, which is funny.
And also, like, dude, like, think about it. If you were this master planner, why wouldn't you plan this whole thing to turn out in a way that actually gets you on top, and you get to look cool and badass, and they get to look bad? Or like, you get them to share a bunch of weird and dangerous information about themselves that you can use against them, instead of the other way around, and then you yourself reveal that embarrassing information. You're so fucking stupid. No, this guy is not a master at all. He's not a master at all.
We'll talk more about simping later, but that was very strange to me.
It is very strange, Mr. Fat Man, who is bald.
I guess we've had a good cold open, right? I guess we'll get into it now, right? We'll actually get into like the...
This is like the 17th open this show has had. We're 30 minutes in. Great pacing.
This is actually going to be. So, Rich, I have to be honest with you, all right? I'm going to be very honest with you right now.
Okay.
Okay? I do have a plan for this appearance, and it's nothing whatsoever what you think it is. Okay? But I want you to calm down. I want you to calm down. There's no guests coming on or anything.
And you can see when he rehearsed this, when he said that line, Rich was supposed to like lose his mind. He was supposed to go crazy. What, Phil? What? Is this supposed to be like a swerve? This is so crazy. And then Rich is just like sitting there, making no expression whatsoever, and DSP being like, okay, I want you to calm down. I know you're getting like crazy emotional, but you have to calm down. Oh, this is so cringe, man.
But I want you to calm down.
I want you to calm down, everybody. I know this is insane.
Guests coming on or anything. It's just you and me. I promise you that. Okay? No special.
Okay.
No,
And you know what? The only people who were hype at this were Darkside Phil and the detractors. So this guy, at this point, he just makes content for us. He's just like, you know what? I can be more embarrassing. And no one even needs to do anything. I'm just going to do it myself. Just watch. Hold my Tanqueray.
shocking twists. No, oh my God. Gotcha.
Even if there was a guest, that would be fine.
Okay.
Good drink.
Rich, do you recognize this?
Let me look on.
He's not looking. Oh, you don't see me?
Those are your poker chips, Phil. Yeah.
Correct.
He wasn't even looking at DSP. And I love this, dude. I love this. I have to give Review Tech credit, even if it's unintentional, because DSP takes this shit so fucking serious. Like this shit, the online drama shit and the character, well, not the character, but Darkside Phil is everything he's actually fucking got. Really, when you think about it. No friends. Cat is downstairs, you know, getting more positive and chill. And yeah, this whole online shit, he thrives on it, but at the same time, he's DSP, so nobody actually wants to rock with him unless they're Ethan Ralph or somebody worse, maybe. So yeah, this is what we got. And then Review Tech USA is not taking this shit seriously at all. He wasn't even fucking paying attention. He's thinking about Bill Gates and making beats.
This is the briefcase. That was
like, this was actually the best person to feature on this Level 1 podcast episode. The best person. You couldn't have got something more dumb than this.
As a prop during the co-op react that I did with Kino.
It's like the worst crowd.
In the summer when we watched your.
I'm not even sure he thinks he knows the DSP is live and he's talking to him. I think he might just think he's reacting to a video and it's trying to click on his YouTube. On the YouTube player to turn it off. Oh man, Rich.
Documentary from June the King. And basically it was used as a way to humiliate you over the course of that event, where every time that there was something embarrassing that happened, we would take some chips out, right?
And look at how he's smiling. He loved doing that. He's like, it's like a serial killer visiting the scene of a crime and being like, oh yeah, I remember what happened here. It was fucking so good. I'm gonna kill again. He's feeling that.
We're at the very.
This guy's fucking crazy. And look at his outfit. Look at this. He's dressed up like, I don't know. Like a, I don't know, like a, I don't even have a joke for this. He's the joke. Look at this.
And you had one chip left. And I said, this is your chip. I'm gonna hold on to it. And I had it on my screen back here. And everything, you know, was around this chip in the casino. And you even called it out in your content. And you said, Phil, you fool. They're not your friends, but you have their memes in your content and all of that. I'm well aware of all that stuff that you said. Okay.
Which was true from the beginning. Everyone saw that coming from a mile away. You were a content mill for them.
So, okay.
As you've seen.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. No, it's not fair enough. It's true.
Now, I bring this up for a reason. All right. And we're going to explain it in just a moment. But I have one other question for you before I actually show you the briefcase.
And look at it. It takes him so long to set up this stupid gimmick.
Okay.
Are you familiar?
And no one can even see this. No one can see the gay-ass Kingsnake. The fucking Kingsnake. The Kingsnake. And you know, this guy is so not fucking creative. He is so uncreative, it pisses me off. Because he was like, you know what? I'm gonna be snaking him. And I'm the king. So, listen. The Kingsnake. That's my new gimmick. And then Vince McMahon was looking at him and was like, oh, he was special. That kid, the Kingsnake, he was special.
Kingsnake.
Remember that streak that he had? He had the Kingsnake streak. It was bigger than Undertaker's streak.
The animal.
Nope.
It was a losing streak, but it was still very long.
Or not.
Nope.
The Kingsnake is a creature. A snake.
In case you were confused, the king snake is indeed a snake and also a creature, but more specifically a snake. Let's learn more on the fucking Discovery Channel.
Lures other snakes into its den.
Whoa. Does it actually do that? Does it actually fucking do that? Hold on. We're gonna fact check the king snake merchant right here. The king snake. Right? King snake. What does it actually do? Why is it called the king snake? Fun fact. We're not looking at shit. Hold on. How aggressive are they? They're generally not aggressive towards humans. Listen. But they can become defensive if they feel threatened. Ah! Help! Help! Oh my god, he might actually be the king snake. Oh, generally not aggressive. But it can get defensive. Oh, I know. What do we have here? Oh, there's a bunch of sciencey language. Behavior and diet. What do they eat? Cherries? They use constriction to kill their prey and tend to be opportunistic. Oh, they are known to seek out and eat other snakes. Oh my god, he actually is the king snake. He snakes the snakes. How many snakes would a snake if a snake could snake snakes? Think about that.
Snakes.
Probably like 6 million.
To already be predators.
That's an interesting number.
And others. The king snake uses
this is Derek sent him this fact.
Trick.
That's how he knows this.
In order to make those creatures feel safe. And then the king snake surprises those creatures from behind and swallows them whole.
Okay, well, I think that's fan fiction. I think the swallowing, that's just a gay interpretation of what Phil thinks happens. I don't think that's what happened.
Are you swallowing me, Phil?
Oh, hold on. The king.
Oh, hold on. I might.
Eats other predators whole after laying a trap. Okay?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is, by the way, cringe alert. This is going to be the cringiest thing you're going to see today. It's so embarrassing. And it's more embarrassing if you just know nothing about this. And this is just like a 45-year-old guy that just sits there. The less you know about this, the more embarrassing it gets. Somehow. I don't know. I just made it up.
This is the briefcase. This is Andy
and of course
briefcase.
And of course is the gayest shit you're gonna see. And you know what the funny thing is? Now I just remembered he never even took a chip out of it. He just showed it with the gay naked picture, which is not even gay. It's just, I assume they're on the beach and you most likely have your fucking clothes off. So it's not even gay. I guess he's trying to use it as evidence of them being gay, because then we get into that discussion about Ashton wanting to make love to him in Hulk Hogan's bar in Florida. That's a thing, yeah. If you know nothing about this, this probably meant nothing to you. So yeah. Yeah, he didn't take a chip, I think.
Because,
pretty cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, today on this podcast, this is not the Level 1 podcast.
Oh my God, no way.
At all. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Level 666 podcast, straight out of fucking hell, because today, live on the show,
he's so bad at this.
To explain to you how over the last 8 months and the last couple of years, all of my planning has finally come to fruition.
What do you, over the last couple of years? What? Did he intentionally go bankrupt? Was that a part of the plan? Did he intentionally not get a passport so he can't see his fucking dying parents or whatever the fuck that was in the DMs? I should do a dramatic reading to DMs. I just hate reading stuff on stream.
I robbed Kino Casino.
No.
I'm not kidding. I'm not
How did you rob?
fucking kidding.
Yeah, you are.
Everything that you have seen happen, I swear to God, has been part of my plan all along.
Yeah, God's gonna kill you, bro. You can't just say that and then lie. God's gonna kill you. God's gonna hit out on you. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure we have a missile already in the air aiming towards your general location.
Because all of you
You're cooked, bro. God is gonna felt Phil.
You all thought that this was he got fooled. He was
Yeah, you did.
pulled over his eye.
Yeah, you did. Otherwise, you wouldn't have fucking trauma dumped on them. Come on, man. It's so transparent.
100% had this planned since day one.
Whoa.
And I am going. You don't believe me?
I don't.
I don't believe you. I've been watching you now for over a decade. You were full in on this hook line, and so you called Andy your gaming soulmate.
Okay. Rich, I got the receipts.
What are the receipts, though? There is no receipts in this whatsoever. No receipts. He just shows the DMs that don't even actually... They don't show anything that makes them look bad. Because I've watched everything the DSP showed in those DMs I've seen, and there really isn't much that makes them look bad. If anything, it just looks like they're trying to gaslight him, which is pretty much what I think they did. Because they tried to talk shit about Gundam or something like that to get him. Every time DSP didn't want to be on board with something, or there was some kind of, I don't know, some kind of bargaining on his side, all they had to do is just talk about detractors and felting detractors. That's all this guy fucking cares about.
I'm going to look at them together right now on this show.
Okay.
Are you
I
ready?
would like to see these. Yes, Philip.
This is the briefcase of Andy and Ashton. And every single time that we go through a topic and I expose them for who they really are, they're going to lose a few chips.
Who are they really, though? What did he expose them for? For being drama merchants that make fun of people on the internet and get a lot of people to watch them? Yeah. What? Okay. It's like exposing DSP for being a beggar.
And we're going to see at the end how many chips these two have left over.
And also, this gimmick only works once because now we know that the chips, like, you're taking the chips on purpose, so in the end, they're 0. Like, that's the gimmick. So it's not really kind of a fair game or a fair challenge or whatever.
This feels like retcon to me, Phil, but sure, prove it to me.
Of course it's a retcon.
We're good. No worries, man. All right. So, let's get started, shall we? I'm changing my screen, so if you don't, because Rich, you can't see any of this, obviously. I'm going to let you know what I'm actually doing here, and you might want to tune into the stream. It's going to be very hard to see what I'm going to be reading.
I'm already on.
So he's going to watch the delayed stream?
I'm already on this.
That's so fucking dumb. This guy is so garbage with his shitty ass technology.
Actually be, here we go. Saying
he could do this same thing on a laptop and an additional screen. He can do this exact same thing he's doing here for like $10,000, $15,000.
God forbid that any of these private messages be leaked that I had with Phil or we had with Phil, because these private messages would be so damning. They would hurt him so bad. And man, he is hiding from it. And we're counting down to when we leak the messages. I already put the messages online. And by the end of this show, I'm going to give everyone the links and you can all read them for yourselves in full.
Okay, but dude, no, this is not how it works. This is not how it works. Because the messages are supposed to make them look bad, not you. Does he actually think he felted him? Because he gets, oh my God, yeah. Because he gets to, I guess, give you the context, quote unquote. So he gets to push the narratives about what the context of the DMs are. So he thinks you're gonna read through the DMs and actually consider what he's saying. So it all, dude, I can't believe this. His entire plan hinges on you believing him, which is the least plausible thing that can ever happen. Like, this guy is the biggest fucking liar ever. Not only is he a liar, where he intentionally misleads you and misdirects you and gives you the false information, he is also delusional when he unintentionally misleads you, misdirects you, and gives you false information. So, of course, this is the worst plan ever.
I'm not kidding.
You are.
Because this was my plan all along.
This doesn't sound like 4D chess. This sounds like damage control.
There's no damage control here.
This sounds like you're just trying to get in front of what they're going to say.
There's nothing to say. As you're going to see and what we're going to go through, everything that they think they have was already planned ahead of time. Every single thing that I told them was either a lie, a half-truth, or something to buy their confidence. So they would think.
But what do you mean? My wife is dying? Is that a half-truth or a lie? Why are you gonna fucking half-truth about your wife dying and potentially having cancer and your pets dying, your parents dying, everything around this guy is dying? That's crazy, isn't it? Except him. He's the only thing that survives. It's like, wow.
The truth is,
allegedly, by the way, because it's all a half-truth or a lie or something.
Rich.
No, I think pretty much why he's doing this is so he can say that a bunch of that stuff is not to be believed. You should not believe the DMs. That's basically what he's trying to do. And he's trying to get ahead of all of it.
I'm tired of being pushed around.
And you're going to get pushed around until you die. It's never going to stop. Because you're dark side Phil. That's just what you're made of. If you weren't meant to be bullied, then why is it so good to bully you? Why is it so fun? Why are you so bully shaped? Why?
I really am.
He really is.
All right, I'm going to be honest with you and the internet right now.
And he's about to lie.
Back in 2023, when I did that Side Scrollers interview, and that interview went how it did.
How did it go? What do you mean it went how it did? They asked you a bunch of stuff and you lied to them. And they told you, Phil, I think you're a liar. And you were like, no, you fucking tricked me. And I'm a victim somehow of something.
And I walked out of there thinking, not a lot of people are going to like me.
Because you lied about it?
But at least interviews out there, and now I don't have to worry about this bullshit anymore.
But you still had to worry about this bullshit, including lying about this bullshit. So you had to worry about it double instead of just admitting all of it. And people wouldn't think you're a liar, and you wouldn't have to admit you're lying later. Because, it's a good thing that you should have admitted.
And then the next day,
because those interviews make you seem disingenuous, Phil. Like, think about how simple.
Fair enough.
Think about how simple would have been to show, like, hey, just show me that down from, which we know is your account now, which we know you're still using, by the way. Down from the rafters is my WWE Champions account. My Sweaty Man addiction is there. And then you were like, I got to protect my family, which made no sense, Phil. That made zero sense. How does showing a username in a game, that's the equivalent of like showing a gamer tag on like your Xbox Series X. And you said, and then when you had him on the show, and he said, I forget the exact wording. I just thought of this now. I do have notes, by the way, but he was like, so you weren't telling the truth. And you said to him,
also, another thing about the Rafters account. So, remember when he said that he couldn't show it because it was tied to his Apple account and that was connected to his whole life? Well, why was it so easy to sell it then? So you just basically gave the account name and the password to somebody? Yeah, he still owned it back then, and he still does now. I mean, come on.
Doesn't matter if I was telling the truth or not, it's still an answer.
That's right. Because I wasn't there to give them some kind of an insane, truthful expose on anything.
Insane, truthful expose equals telling the truth, maybe?
Anything.
I don't exactly mean what he... I don't know what he means by that.
Like it or not, but I'll give you an interview, and then we're supposed to actually continue on with content. I was supposed to be...
Oh, so oh my God, he took it literally as an hyper focused individual would. He was like, Phil, would you come for an interview? Yes, I will participate in the interview, but that does not mean I should answer to you truthfully or be sincere about anything. And that's okay?
Regular guest
Maybe
on
it
the
is.
show, which was actually the original.
Maybe they're just felt it.
I was
They
good.
just expected too much. Having a prominent liar on your show who says that he's being super serious and sincere and honest, and then he lies to you. Yeah, what are you expecting? You want him to tell you the truth?
On there,
Come on.
sense towards topics and everything.
He's just saying he's being honest so you can pay attention to him and believe him. He's actually not saying I'm going to be honest. He's saying believe me. Please believe me so we can just move on and you don't question me on this anymore because I'm lying.
Some exposure, maybe bring some viewers over to my channel. Some of my viewers go to their channel. They didn't give me that respect because after the interview, they decided to make endless amounts of content for weeks to months about me, crapping on me and making tons of money. And the problem is that negates the whole premise of the interview. An interview is supposed to be you just ask questions, you give answers, and then the audience has to judge for themselves.
What?
Right after the interview.
What? That's insane. That's an insane retcon. That's a 5D retcon. Even Review Tech USA, who's like on high level 50,000, even he is making this face that says, I don't fucking believe you. This is bullshit. Because it is.
The interviewers say, oh.
So he's trying to say, you guys manipulated the audience so they don't look at it fairly, even though I lied. Okay. Because I guess he is mad because people didn't believe him when he was lying. I think that's what it boils down to. I should lie to you and you should believe me because I want to get away with stuff and I don't want to be confronted and challenged on stuff. That sounds based as hell. I should do this at work.
The whole thing was bullshit. We don't like that guy and he's an asshole. Don't believe him. You've completely disingenuously conducted that interview if that's how you behave yourself after, in my opinion. So
Phil, every radio show or talk show has after shows about the guests that they have on. And you weren't truthful, so their take on you was right. So I'm not really sure where you're coming from with that. Like,
fair enough, but that's not even what we're here for today.
But oh my god, no! Massive felting, massive felting. This was a getting felted plus deflect. That was like one of the secret techniques you have to learn once you reach level 1, I guess. Level 1 of like DSP, of being DSP. That's a very specific thing. Whoa. So he got his entire point debunked. His whole point. Felted and debunked and eradicated and obliterated. And then all he said was like, yeah, well, fair enough. You called me out. I couldn't lie to you again and bullshit you and gaslight you. Well, I guess let's talk about something else. Let's talk about some other lying. Let me lie to you about something else.
Okay, and I get it. We already argued about the side scrollers thing for ages. They're not even the topic of discussion here. But after the side scrollers thing, I had enough.
He had enough, you guys.
People on the internet.
But he also embarrassed himself a bunch more times in between the side scrollers and Kino Casino. So no, because that would imply that after the side scrollers, he secretly started scheming about how he can be like super low key and stake out some drama YouTubers and utterly embarrass them. And he could have like actually had some weird plan, but there was no plan whatsoever.
Always constantly using me as the butt of their joke, talking about...
It's like the funniest thing ever. DSP goes on stream and is like, yeah, I did gay ops, and I gaslit and manipulated people in real life bleh, to get extra money.
Using me to make money and doing everything they possibly can.
And of course, everyone can see and can say that the people who benefit the most from the Kingsnake's master plan are his trolls and Kino Casino. Kino Casino benefit the most because, like Mr. Triple P said, what he said was, good thing that DSP released the DMs because he didn't know how to export them from Twitter. He didn't know how to actually screenshot and capture the whole thing. And DSP did it in a very professional way, by the way. I don't know how he figured out how to do it. I'm thinking somebody helped him. Somebody was in on the plan. Is it Darziak, the dragon lover? Or is it, I don't even know. I don't even know what the other dance are right now. It's PWR. PWR.
in order to kind of, mess with me and just get over on my behalf. And I realized at that point, the only way that I was going to be able to change things was to actually do something for myself. But there's no way that I could actively do it publicly. Because if I did it publicly, then everyone would just laugh. Because everyone thought I was a big meme and a big joke, right?
But you still are.
To some extent, people
This is amplifying your meme value by like 100 times.
still do.
Because you're like, whoa, look at me. I'm the guy who never wants to get in any drama. And I was doing gay ops. And I was running behind the scenes thinking of ways how to manipulate other grown men.
I got a little bit more of a boost since, the last 8 months, but not much.
He's still a huge fucking lolcow. It's insane.
But
I don't know how he thought this would help him.
what no one realized is that
Because it's like, bro, listen. People don't even believe him when he says he took his cat to the vet. Or when he says that he didn't get DoorDash on a specific day. Does he think they would trust him when he tried to do this whole thing? I'm still trying to figure out what was he thinking, actually. Maybe he wasn't even thinking anything, and the joke is on me for trying to figure it out.
for myself to do something with initiative. And I said, I want to try to actually get over on one of these people who's one of these content creators who's constantly a misery broker. And I know you've heard me say that before. What I think a misery broker is someone who literally doesn't
Yeah, we know. It's the name is self-evident.
make content for themselves. All they do is they look at other people's misery, they report on it, they make fun of it, they laugh at it, and then they make a bunch of money.
Okay.
So-
You've done the same. You did the same to Review Tech USA and many other people.
A day when it's a bad day for someone else is a good day for them.
Okay.
In reality, if it weren't for other
That's just how things exist. Have you watched the news?
people, they
You know how much money the news makes from reporting bad stuff that happens?
wouldn't be able
Insane.
to ever have any popularity. It's the only reason they get anything.
So what you're saying, this whole entire thing for your casino arc was 4D chess that you were playing them to the point that you would hurt your own reputation and
Listen, this is the greatest.
career?
Rich, not only that, I cased probably 6 or 7.
And he didn't even fucking answer his question. He didn't even answer. He continued with some like actual NPC dialogue, like pre-designed dialogue. Because he did not address Review Tech's question. Listen again. He didn't actually address it.
Playing them to the point that you would hurt your own reputation and career?
Rich, not only that, I cased probably 6 or 7 different individuals who I thought I could maybe get in their good graces, figure out how to get in on it, and see what would happen.
No, this is a retcon. You know what actually happened? He found 6 or 7 people whose cocks he's gonna suck dry for shoutouts. Literally. He wanted to get up the ass of 6 or 7 people and fucking have attachment issues over them, just like he did with Kino Casino. He found 7 or 8 sugar daddies that he wanted to milk dry and go and fucking kiss up to them. He tried to do it with Maximilian. Of course, it didn't work because Max is high profile. He tried to do it with a bunch of other fucking people, and it didn't work. And now the retcon of that was that he was secretly trying to get behind enemy lines so he can sabotage them, and he can win and escape victorious and a hero, which is obviously some fucking weird LARP that it completely made up.
And
Sorry.
after looking at all of these different people, all right, someone in my chat one day had said, did you hear about Kino Casino? Did you hear that they're also making fun of Review Tech? Just like you are, or just like he's making fun of you and back and forth. And did you hear that they're constantly making fun of him in their content? Okay. And I said, no, I don't know anything about these guys. I didn't. But I went over there and I actually watched their content once. And I knew from the first moment that I started watching their show
that he was in love. He knew he was in love with the fat boy and the other boy with the beautiful body. He was in love. He's never seen anything like this. There were stars in his eyes and butterflies in his stomach and gout in his big toe.
it was going to be the one that was going to work. If I was going to try to...
This one is going to work. This is them. This is them. We're soulmates. One of them is my gaming soulmate, and the other one is my romantic soulmate. And together, we're gonna conquer the world. We can do anything. We can felt anyone.
This happened. Okay. Now, Rich, I'm going to be honest with you again. You have unwittingly been a part of this since day one because you were the reason that I contacted them. You were the reason why I affiliated with them. The whole co-op, react to your documentary.
At least that's one thing that Andy said was true. I wasn't as unwitting as you think, but yes. Ashton kept on saying that you went to him. Now I see that is actually accurate. Okay.
Oh, bro, of course. Because DSP also, I don't know who initiated the conversation, but DSP wanted to have a collab stream with Jay, Review Tag USA's former editor / romantic companion / business associate. So, yeah. Phil wanted to have a stream with him, and in the DMs it said, let's not talk about Review Tag USA at all to piss him off. That's gonna piss him off. He's gonna be so mad.
So you're gonna see it's accurate because I'm gonna show you all of it. I have it all right here.
He has it up.
Together. But I just need everyone to understand what the premise is and what's going on here. Is that the whole idea was to get in the good graces of the casino, to find a way to collab that was gonna get me over, that was gonna get me some popularity, make me some money. But also at the same time, make them think I'm some kind of a fucking idiot.
But, no. Oh my God, he literally said I was only pretending to be retarded. I can't believe this. Because this guy, bro, let me just show you the type of shit he was doing. And I have a small video about that. Oh my God. The cursed video. Here it is somewhere. This is this one.
It's the curse of being intelligent is that you don't want to waste time on insane nonsense and morons.
Look at him. Look at him. He was doing push-ups on the floor.
So,
and showing his feet and showing his underwear. Come on, bro.
Don't do
no.
Stunts.
Look at this.
Endless drama.
He was so close to fucking twerking. He was so close to twerking for Triple P. Like a little stripper.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to ever involve myself.
Yeah, and the Philomania shirts and the gimmicks and the stupid shit. And all of it, the purpose of all of it was to act stupid. And to make sure that those guys who already think he's an idiot, think he's an idiot.
Then you just become the dancing monkey performer, where basically the only reason you're streaming is to make money. You don't care about what you're doing, and you'll just do anything if anyone throws you, support. I don't like.
Oh my God, this is so fucking cringe.
They will always think that I'm indebted to them, that I'm always going to do what they say, because I know how they are. Let's be honest here. We know Ashton. We know Andy. These guys are not squeaky clean. These guys have burned every bridge. They don't.
Yeah, but then why didn't you expose them? Why didn't you get Ashton admitting to something crazy? Like manipulate him and record his voice call, and Ashton is gonna be like, yeah, Phil, I just fucking had sex with this 16-year-old girl. It was really good. Why didn't you get that? And instead we got a bunch of DMs of you complaining how miserable and shitty your life is, and how much you're seething over LOLcow Live getting a bunch of viewers, and how much you hate your fucking trolls, and you want to fabricate some drama so trolls can talk about you.
Have friends. They can't have friends.
Yet you were still absolutely dying to work with them, though.
Oh, not dying to work with them. They were a means for me to finally get out of the position that I was in, being the whipping boy of the internet. And that was the intention from day one. Everything that I laid out, every conversation I had with them, every late night bullshit session I had with them when I should sleep.
No, he's self-aware. He's thinking from a detractor perspective. What are they gonna roast me over? And he's like preemptively defending himself, like debunking what the trolls would say. So the trolls would say, well, Phil, you should have been sleeping at 4 a.m. and not talking about how fat your wife is. Phil, you should have been talking about, I don't fucking know, everything.
Every time I was on their streams, kissing.
So, and it was on purpose. So he was in their chat for like 6 hours on purpose at 3 a.m. And that was a part of the plan.
Their butt, throwing them super.
What a fucking loser. Both ways, both ways. Anyways, this is true. Regardless of what the actual reality of this is, he looks like a complete bum. A lonely fucking loser.
Memberships or whatever was all part of this. And they think they have something on me.
And gifting him subs was a part of this. He gifted him subs ironically. He ironically gave him money.
They're insane. How they didn't know.
They do.
How they didn't know that everything I was saying was fake, I don't know. Because, I mean, I'll give you some examples.
Because it was pathetic enough for it to be believable. That's why. It was pathetic enough for it to be believable. And notice how he says everything I said was fake. So you were lying about your wife having cancer? You just straight up say that? Everything I'm saying is fake, quote unquote.
That everything I was saying was fake, I don't.
Everything I was saying was fake. So it's you lied about your bunny, non-existent bunny dying to get somebody to feel bad for you?
I don't know, because, I mean.
Oh, no. Even though my opinion, obviously, is that everything he said in the DMs was true. Everything he said was true. Because I think this guy desperately, and I've said this way before the Kino saga as well, this guy desperately needs a friend and somebody to text. And what he actually needs is a therapist. But it's Dark Side Phil. So the best we can do is some fat guy that makes fun of people online.
I mean, I'll give you some examples here. I said my wife was sick and she had found God.
Is she not?
Because of that, I can't do this idea that you came up with. And they bought it.
But why wouldn't they buy it? It's perfectly pathetic enough for it to be a part of Dark Side Phil's story. And also, you weren't lying. What part of that is a lie?
Oh,
why would you lie about your wife being sick? Your wife being so sick that out of desperation, she becomes religious to pray for her getting better. It's fucking ridiculous. You should be fucking not treated very well. In reality.
Rabbit is sick, so I can't do the show today. My mom is sick, so I have to fly. I keep saying sick, like every excuse was someone's sick.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Bought it every time.
Yet they bought it every time. Yeah, because it's a serious thing. Whoa, this guy! Oh my god, I've never like actually rewatched this, especially the Review Tech USA part. I don't remember that at all. He's a fucking sociopath. He's mad, man.
Every fucking time.
Or you were just nervous to go do it, so you canceled on it.
Which is most likely the reality or the actual excuse. I think his wife is sick. I think the whatever thyroid, myroid, whatever the fuck that bullshit problem is, I think that's real. I think he has more pets than he lets people know. I think the rabbit thing is real. I think his parents might actually be, well, I don't know about dying, but not doing very well. And I'm sure that the thing he said about not having whatever ID he needed to visit them, that's also true. Because there was just too much detail in it, and it was delivered with such DSP multi-line paragraph bullshit that I just believe it, and I think he was honest. He actually thought he had friends, which is the saddest thing. The saddest thing. The one genuine thing.
The point I'm making here is I basically manipulated them as much as I could.
Whoa, what a great guy and totally not a sociopath.
To make them do what I wanted.
I lied about my wife dying.
I got what I wanted.
Rich, isn't that cool? Isn't that badass?
And then when I knew they were going to eventually turn on me, because we all knew that from the get-go, right? We knew they were going to turn.
That's kind of just gross too, Phil. You would say that your family members were sick to get out of doing things with them?
Oh,
to
it's
get
not
a one up on them?
No. It's not to get out of doing things with them.
But you lied about your family members being sick. You see how he only changed that last part? Oh no, this guy is a fucking demon.
It's to basically have a way to make them believe.
Oh my god, it's worse.
That everything I'm saying is true.
Oh my god, it's worse. No, Rich. No, Rich, I didn't lie about my family members dying so I don't get to do a podcast making fun of Ethan Ralph. I lied about my family members dying because I wanted to manipulate them.
Because no one.
Oh my god, I'm about to spurg out so hard. I'm just gonna play a Cobra clip. Okay.
Is gonna think that someone
Crisis averted.
out of their ass. But to beat a snake, you have to be the better snake.
This is the greatest quote. Top 5 quote of all time. To be the snake, you have to be the greatest snake.
Only way to do it.
The bigger snake. I fucked up the quote I heard like 3 seconds ago. That's what happens.
You have to make them believe the lies. And man, did I pull the wool over their eyes for the last 8 months until finally I had enough. And the truth is, I had enough for 2 reasons. Number 1, the disrespect to my family. And number 2, because I wasn't getting anything out of the collaboration anymore. These guys, all right, have some of the worst ideas I've ever seen for content.
No, actually, a lot of their ideas could have got many views.
They were pitching ideas that would have worked, but they didn't have any clout to make the ideas happen.
But, bruh, didn't you just admit that you did this whole thing for clout? Then you have less clout than them. Beggars can't be choosers, literally. Wow.
They legitimately couldn't make anything work that would have made us money.
And also, people don't want to do shows with Darkside Phil. I mean, I guess the people that want to do shows with him are people that don't like him.
It was cancellation, denial, cancellation, denial, after. It was like endless.
I'm not a fan of the casino, but they did have the clout and the money to make things happen. I think the only person believing this in this stream right now is you. I don't,
Rich.
I mean, how do you do so? You're trying to tell me to believe that for the past 8 months, when you were sitting there gifting them subs, simping for them like hours upon hours on end.
Look at him nodding and being like, "Yep, I am a cuck," but ironically,
them to pay attention to you, like
think about it. He would have got the same result if he did not do it ironically. So if he actually was the cuck, this would have ended the same way. So it didn't even matter. If he actually had this plan, which we all know he didn't, he would have to put in immense effort that could have paid off in the same result that he would have got if he didn't put in that immense effort.
They were Beavis and Butthead and you were Stewart, that this was all some big plan to get vengeance on people that if you never affiliated with, you would be in a better position than you are now. You went, Phil, it's just a fact. You saw that there was an opportunity there. They feigned friendship with you. You called Andy Worski your gaming soulmate. You were so...
And also, you don't even need to feign friendship. Sometimes you can just do a collab with somebody because it's going to be a fun product. Or, you know, not the product, but the thing that you do is going to be fun for people and they're going to like it. You don't have to be friends. You can just be like-minded style individuals. That's it.
Into all this to the point that you let them shame you. And now in the end, after all is said and done,
like DSP could have literally just done, I think that's the best outcome for him. He could have done the review tech react because both Kino and Phil hate Rich. And then that would have just been it. He could have just done that. And he could have gone over because then he gets the felt Rich and they get to have this big song and dance about how cool it is. And then that's it. Phil wins. But he just got so greedy and so actually attached to them. He caught feelings. He got a taste of it and he caught feelings.
The other end looking worse, and you're trying to tell me that this is 4D chess? Come on, Phil.
Rich,
come on.
I could never possibly come out at the end of anything looking worse. You understand that, right? Like
that actually meant nothing. That was just saying words because they sound like like something you would say in a wrestling promo. That did not actually mean anything.
Like, I have been the joke of the internet for over a decade. No one listens to me. Even when I have valid things to say, they do that stupid meme that's like, oh, the guy that you hate the most or the worst guy. Comment, right? So there's nothing to lose. There was only anything to gain. My viewers don't give 2 shits about the drama.
They do.
Also, but oh my god, he could have at least tried and make it seem like he wanted to expose them for the corrupt and fucked up people they are. And he's even like, he's just admitting, well, nobody was gonna believe me and they were still gonna think I'm a fucking cuck. So I just did it for money and clout.
At all. They don't want the drama. And that's why when it started to get to the point where these guys wanted me to completely change who I was, all of my content into drama content, that's when I basically broke it off and they completely lost their minds because they're so angry that I was the one in charge of the situation all along and not them.
That literally is projection. That is projection, and I appreciate it because when Phil is projecting, it's really obvious to see and very transparent. And he's basically telling us how he genuinely, sincerely feels about stuff, but from the perspective of somebody else. Like someone else is having those feelings about him and not him. That's the beauty of projection.
All right.
And you can see his felted face and his little droopy mouth and how disappointed he is that he even has to say this and cope over this. And there's just a sight to see.
Enough of us chatting about this. And you, by the way,
you weren't in charge of the situation. You absolutely weren't. But
you feel free to go ahead. You feel free to chime in. I'm okay with this. All right. You feel free to chime in whenever you want. But the reason you're here is very simple. I want you to witness this going down. Okay. And you were the one who basically started the whole thing with me reaching out to them and us reacting to your your documentary, excuse me. So it's only fair that you be a part of this. You understand where I'm coming from? You think that that's a fair thing to have you here?
Sure, Phil. Let's see what you got, boy. Let's see.
No, he really is there for emotional support and hand-holding because Phil is using them for the same thing he used Kino Casino. Just to be there and guide him into felting somebody, set him up for felting. This is essentially a tag team match. And he is Matt Hardy, and Review Tech USA is supposed to be Jeff Hardy. You know, the guy that actually does all the cool stuff. And Phil is Matt Hardy. The guy that is Jeff Hardy's brother.
It's already been
no hate to Matt Hardy. I just had the analogy.
I didn't realize that they had said this, but we'll go ahead and we'll show it anyway. And by the way, because now I'm going to start showing stuff, everybody. FYI, at the very end of this show, I am going to give you all the links to the raw files that contain all of the DMs between myself, PPP, and Andy, so you can all read them in the entirety for yourself. All right? So that way there's no shock. There's he hid something. He edited anything. I've edited nothing. This is all.
Oh, yeah, it's pure, unadulterated, pathetic man-child with attachment issues. That's what it is. 100% raw. This is the raw Phil. In ways you've never seen him before, or maybe you have, actually, because he's always been needy and insecure.
Edited.
And a little bit homosexual.
Appropriately.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Nicely in PDF files, which makes sense since those guys have been sweeping for PDFs for quite some time.
Unlike Phil. Unlike Darkside Phil, who's never done that at all.
You can read all their logs for yourself online. Okay, so, so we start off with the very first time that I ever talked to them. And this, I guess they've already admitted to this, that it was me that reached out to them, okay, in a DM, basically saying, hey, you know, is this the host of Kino Casino? I'm trying to find a way to talk to the guys, but I can't find anything official, okay? And so we had a conversation back and forth. Of course, the first thing we're talking about is you, Rich. I saw your vid about Review Tech threatening Jude.
Obviously. He made his intent clear. I'm getting in touch with you so you can help me get revenge on Review Tech USA because nobody's going to listen to me on my shitty dead-end podcast in front of 200 people. So please let me borrow your platform so you can give me a shout out and we can make fun of this guy we both dislike to my benefit.
King. Today I have my take on it on my podcast. And I basically used you as the way to bridge that gap and get that initial introduction with these guys. In fact, the whole idea of us doing
so you're the Batman you're the Batman of drama merchants going selflessly to take them down.
You can call it whatever you want. You know, you really can, but the point here is I was the one who initiated the contact.
And again, we completely disregard what the other guy said. Why is the other guy there then? What is he doing there? When every time he says something, you're going to say a generic line to get him to shut up and then keep talking your own thing.
I was the one who actually suggested the react to your documentary.
Yeah, because that was the whole gimmick about. That's all you wanted to do. Let's make fun of this guy and signal boost me and give me clout.
Oh, but they never thought it would happen because they never spoken to me before. So I contacted them and I said, let's do it. This is a genius idea. I knew that was going to make money for both of us. I knew that was going to be big. It was going to bring me notoriety. It was going to bring them notoriety. I'm the one who put that great idea out there and made it happen.
Okay, so does he want... But that's... Dude, that's a fucking level 1 idea. No fucking joke. Obviously, the guy that doesn't like Review Tech USA is going to be on a show with a different guy that doesn't like Review Tech USA. That's fucking insane. That's like a guy that doesn't like Phil is on a show with another guy who doesn't like Phil. That's such a genius idea. Such a genius idea. Who would have thought about that?
Right? It was me, not them. It was my actual making it happen that started this whole thing and got this popularity train rolling. Now, there's a few pages here and us going back and forth.
Okay, Phil, I got a pin to pop on this. Here's what I think.
Go ahead.
I think you just your hate boner for me was throbbing. You saw that they were wiping the fucking floor with me and you wanted in on it. And when they embraced you and treated you like one of the whack pack on Howard Stern, you got a taste of more money. You thought they feigned friendship with you, which you bought into. At least that's what it seems like. No, better yet, I think it was friendship, and I think you saw that you were getting money, so you, like, your nose was Andy Worski's asshole now must be spread out maybe like another 2 inches, because your nose
maybe 4 inches looking at DSP's nose.
So deep in there. Like, I think you're...
And also, I agree with everything Rich said, which is an insane thing for me to say, but I think he's right. And also... I think when Kino Casino went on vacation, DSP was legitimately upset. Like, actually upset. Because he had a good thing going on with them giving him shout-outs and him feeling good about it and fucking doing his shitty drama grifting. And then they left. And it was like, dude, who's gonna fucking give me shout-outs and watch me eat food on their podcast for attention? Holy shit. And then things started going bad. Because he felt entitled to them coming up with ideas of how he can get more clout. Because it's fucking Dark Side Phil. This guy, everything is about this guy. Even completely unrelated shows to him are about him somehow, by some fucking galactic stretch.
Doing now, as a matter of fact, I guarantee what you're doing now is because you know that this is disastrous for you, that you're trying to be like, aha, all along it was my master plan. It was not your master plan.
Yes, that's literally it.
It wasn't. And look, that's fine, but I'm just not going to believe it. I don't think anybody with like a upper double-digit IQ will believe it.
So we have 2 files here. And
Oh my god. So DSP completely felt it exposed and buck broken after Review Tech USA puts him in his place. And just moves on. Just moves on. This did not happen. It's almost like his brain is preventing him from getting traumatized. Completely. No sold. This was something else. Wow.
Aha, all along it was my master plan.
Yeah, so anyways, let's look at the Mudahar saga.
By the way, he called it a saga. Something that, it's a nothing burger. It's Mudahar being in talks to be on Kino Casino because they dropped a DM to him and he said maybe, and then he didn't go on Kino Casino, and Phil was upset because he feels entitled to talk to all the people that made videos about him as if he's some kind of fucking princess.
Master plan, Phil. Okay. It wasn't. And look, that's fine, but I'm just not going to believe it. I don't think anybody with like a upper double-digit IQ will believe it.
So, 2 files here, and I'm just seeing if I can actually show you.
Oh, this is endlessly rewatchable. Getting this guy being so ruined and so buck broken. I love to see it.
I don't know if you can see them on
Inject this into my veins. Oh, this guy, man. This guy.
Screen, everybody. Here, I'm going to try to get this.
This is so
So
sad.
this is the file of me talking with Andy in DMs. Okay, this is all of them back to back, 182 kilobytes. The one of me talking with PPP, 1,031 kilobytes.
Okay.
When did you make these, Phil? Right click on them, go to properties. When is the origin date of these?
Where's properties on here? There you go.
You right click on whatever file you're clicking on.
Just made them a couple days ago. Here it is.
Just made them a couple of days ago, literally the day before. This is like the most disingenuous thing you can say is intentionally saying a couple of days ago, knowing full well you did it yesterday or today. What a fucking liar. And he knew he got exposed for this. I think this is what actually made him completely drop the gimmick. Because maybe he realized no one is buying this, and also the dates on the photos look like something that was rushed. Because, like, think about it, right? If this is a big setup, a big gay op that takes place over the course of 2 years, you're gonna, well, not 2 years. What was that? I got my timeline wrong. Over the course of, what was it, 6 months? It did feel like 2 years. Then you would be taking a record of everything that happens. Like if Triple P tells you something, some fucking gossip or shit talk Schemestar, you're going to take a screenshot of it. You're going to label it. You're going to put it somewhere. But in this case, this is literally something he did last minute as damage control in controlling the narrative, or at least an attempt, because obviously it's not working.
I got them off of my X archives, and I used a third-party app to turn them into PDF files so that we could actually see them today, because or else you have to be in a web browser to see them. So the point I'm making why I brought that up is I almost never talk to Andy at all.
Okay.
Almost never. And
why didn't you guys talk?
Is kind of the guy from what I'm talking.
And also, what is supposed to be the dunk? What is supposed to be the felting here? That he didn't want to talk to you, or he didn't have time to do it, or he didn't care to do it? Was he supposed to? Or are you the, like, who do you think you are exactly?
Understand. He's the tech guy, all right? He's the guy that gets everything together, that the data runs the show.
He gets the data. What does that mean? Are they streaming on mobile data? He gets the data.
PP is the guy who actually gets the ideas, talks to people, wrangles them in, etc. I talk to PPP about 40,000 times more than I ever talk to Andy. And it's hilarious because the internet has this misconception that, like, I'm bros with Andy and we always talk behind the scenes about
maybe because you called him your gaming soulmate. Here he's defending people calling him gay. Literally, this is the gay defense force. Because he's trying to say, well, I didn't even talk to Andy. I don't know why people think I'm gay for him, even though I talked about his smoking body or something. I don't know. It was some weird phrasing. And also, I called him my gaming soulmate.
We almost never talked at all. I have endless folders here of me talking to PPP about all the stuff we did. I have a tiny folder of the few things I ever talked to Andy about. It's just a complete fallacy. But that's what people want to believe because they want to think that, like, I was his best friend or something.
No, they're calling you gay, not his best friend.
Andy, I'll be honest, I think that PPP is kind of the brains, while Andy is just kind of the operations. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, the brains, as in the guy that talks to people about being on the show and he gets the clips.
Never did Andy contact me about an idea.
I don't know why you're supposed to say this. Like, everybody knows it's like this. Everyone knows this. Is this supposed to be exposing somebody?
Never was he the go-between. It was always PPP who was the guy who was talking to me about everything the entire time. Okay? So what I'd like to do...
It was you. What would you like to do, Phil? You were the ones who were trying to make it like they were your best. So you're saying even when you defended them and went to bat for them with the numerous clips that are out there, and on your own channel, I've seen them, because you always say it's always the track... When they're like, oh, they're just razzing me. This was so you were humiliating yourself to get like a master plan of vengeance back on them.
I 1,000,000% knew they were going to turn on me eventually. There was no way.
Of course, that's what you're gonna say. Otherwise, you look like an idiot.
Never going to, because they've done it to everyone. They've burned every bridge. They do whatever they need for personal gain.
But dude, they literally admitted they're trolling you before they even started trolling you. They were like, yep, we're going to troll Phil, but it's going to be something different.
knows this. Like you said, you knew it. Everyone else knew it. But everyone apparently thought I was the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. I'm not. I knew exactly what was going on from day one. They seem to be the only ones who didn't get it. They thought I was
Or
that
you
dumb.
were desperate.
Now, there's a difference between desperation and actually finally taking control of your destiny, which I decided to do for once instead of just being stomped on all day
Phil,
by everybody.
The best way to take control of your destiny is to not get yourself involved in that. The best way to take control of your destiny is to do rewards for your audience that isn't you eating pizza. Like those are ways to control your destiny. The way to control your destiny is to make content that's more entertaining. You could say I'm a clown, I'm a buffoon all you want to, but me getting the tattoo of you near my left ass cheek as you as Dracula from Castlevania is bizarre. Maybe it's a little gay too, that's okay. But it's like people want entertainment, and right now you're not. I know we're going a little off topic here. You're not offering it. Did you see the video where someone said that you the middle manager, Phil? Did you see that video?
No, I don't watch any of those videos. I have no time for it. I'm busy doing this thing here.
But I thought you were trying to snake people and manipulate them for 8 months.
Don't even take it as an insult. There's truth to it. Where you're talking about a pizza party, like it's like if you're working in commission sales and you hit a goal, but the reward is your audience watches you eat pizza.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You see where that's insane?
Rich, there's entire businesses on the internet based on people eating food on camera. You realize this, right?
But Phil, okay, I understand what you're saying, but I was like, let me go see his DSP. You have your DSP tries it on DSP Reacts, right?
Yeah.
That's where you put them. One of them at most got 2,000 views. You probably made like 75 cents off of it.
Yeah, because that's not the business. That's the reward. Get it? I've already raised the funding for it, so I can do it. It's the opposite of what you're thinking.
So then you're solidifying what I'm saying, that the reward for your audience is to watch you eat something that they could drive down the street and get themselves.
Because that's what they want. When they watch me do those videos, they see me try a product that maybe they will then get because they want to try it. And numerous people over the years have said, hey, I saw you try that and I went and got it. Man, it was good. Or the flip side, man, I couldn't believe it was that bad. I had to try it for myself and man, it was really bad. Or, hey, I was going to get that, but I didn't because I saw your video and now I realize it's bad. So thanks for saving me the trip and the money. But we're not here to argue about the validity of DSP Tries It. We're here to take a look at the receipts.
Can we talk about your microphone setup too as well?
Who cares about my microphone setup? What are you talking about?
Because you've given me a lot of flack about this microphone setup, but this is actually technically the correct way. It ties
in front of me. I have 8 months of private conversations with the casino, exposing them for their idiotic attitudes, the things that they said to insult people that will get them in hot water. We've got all kinds of. You want to talk about my microphone? You're for real right now.
Well, yeah, because it kind of ties into the, like, I know you're being disingenuous, making it like this is a master plan, and you're even with small things. It's not about who gives a shit about the microphone, but the point is that you're disingenuous, Phil. First off, you're not using your. Hold on one second. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Actually, I need a sip of my luscious drink here. You're using your dynamic microphone right now like a shotgun mic. Actually, if you watch PPP, he also has a dynamic microphone like you and I have. If you watch other podcasters, this is how you're supposed to have the mic. It's also supposed to be very close to your mouth because dynamic microphones mitigate how much audio is around the room.
I know. I'm well aware of this, Rich. I can do it too.
So I kind of have to go, guys. Sorry. And I'm going to read all the super chats. I'm sorry I ignored you, but I kind of have a thing coming up and it's quite urgent. Everything's fine, but I need to go now. So I'll see you around. Bye-bye.